every holiday on their calendar is corny. Exactly. Exactly. Mr. Big Daddy, the F is a Muslim. The F is a Muslim is me. I'm a Muslim. Yeah. You didn't know that? Boosted Mike, who's the white man? Because I'm white and I ain't rich. Your people is, if you a white man, your people is what I'm talking about. You didn't know that? You didn't know how black people got here? You didn't know why my last name is a slave name? You want to hop on here? Matter of fact, let me hop on here with you. Go live, Boosted Mike. And your connection to him. Accept the live, Boosted Mike.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Chilling.
So what'd you say? Say that comment out loud.
I'm just chilling. Oh, which one? Which white man were you talking about? That's what I was curious, because you said, because I'm white and I'm not rich, but you said my peoples.
Yeah.
Now, see, my grandparents migrated here from Greece a generation ago. So I don't know. You talking about my peoples in Greece? Like they was, my family's pretty new here.
Is there not racism in Greece?
Shit, I'm pretty sure there's racism everywhere. Like, I don't know. Like, what are you going to kick it rid of racism?
Who is dominating the racism? Like, original black people are racist against who?
Original black people are Israelites.
Israel is a location.
Okay. If we're talking about like genetics, the original, the original 12 tribes of Israel had black skin. They was dark.
I didn't say nothing about Israel. I said we talking about white people, your people. You're white, right?
No,
I say nothing about Israel.
I'm Greek.
Greek is not a race.
Yeah, it is. It's an ethnicity. Yeah, it is.
Greece is a location. It's a geographical location. You are a white man. Your blood, your race is white. I don't care. There's no such thing as Dutch, German, French. Those are not races. Those are just locations that white people settled in.
Greek is an ethnicity. You can clearly like map that out in DNA. It's not like you can tell if somebody has like certain percentage of Greek in them.
Are you familiar with me?
Yeah.
So do you really you gonna sit on live and actually say that? You sure you want to stick to that story with me?
When you send in your DNA test, right?
When you send it to who?
To any of the DNA companies, the ones that break down where you're from.
And are they white or black?
Who, the companies?
Yeah,
I don't.
The DNA companies.
With the people that work there is. I'm just talking about like I'm getting down to the science of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who's science?
Genetic science?
No, genetic science is clearly not saying the only races is the four general races, which is brown, yellow, red, and white. Black is not even a race. So that has nothing to do with geographical locations. It has to do with the mixing of genes, genetics. It has nothing to do with a location. So you want to stick to that story?
So wait, how is black not one of the original, or how is black not one of the four main when black people was first?
Black is not a race. Black is the origin of the race.
Yeah.
So black doesn't go in those categories.
Okay. Okay.
So brown is a race. Yellow and white is a race. Okay. Black is not a race.
Okay. So, yeah. So the white man now what would you consider a Jew to be?
A white,
like, not like.
You mean an Ashkenazi?
Like an Ashkenazi.
Yeah, those are white men. Those are just white people.
But I ain't related to none of them folks.
You don't. That has nothing to do with. How do you mean you're not related? You are related. You're a white person.
I have.
That's like I'm
zero Ashkenazi family.
Every Ashkenazi is, like I said, that's a location also. So if I'm black, I'm related to every black person on the planet. Whether you call yourself Kenyan or Nigerian or Ghanaian or whatever, Egyptian.
What about the original Israelites?
If you're black, then you're a part of the original nation, the original family, the human family, the original people of this planet. It don't matter where you settled on the earth.
The original Israelites and the original Africans were different people, though.
Absolutely not. Original means original. There's no several originals. Original means the original.
So
how
when
did,
God,
so you're trying to divide the original people up, right?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not dividing the original people. You know, because like the original
There's
people
only one original people.
In my opinion, the original people were Adam and Eve. Would you agree?
Say that again.
The original people were Adam and Eve.
Which Adam and Eve? So you believe in the Bible?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
So, according to the Bible, Adam and Eve existed only 6,000 years ago. Do you believe that human beings are only 6,000 years old on this planet?
Yeah, sounds about right.
So why would you say science? Why would you try to say science earlier when your same scientists say that human beings are millions of years?
I don't care what no scientist says. I follow scientific facts.
So what are the scientific facts?
Well,
you just told me that ancestry.com or whatever are scientists that you should go by. But now these scientists that's archaeologists and anthropologists and all of that, they science don't matter.
A lot of modern day scientists is liars. Scientists, quote unquote.
You think?
But let's break it down to the facts. Me and you weren't there 6,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. Carbon dating is a fraud, clearly, because the carbon shelf life is only 14,000 years. So to try to date anything back farther than that is like how carbon, you can't date carbon back. That's true.
I didn't bring that up. You did.
Yeah, I'm saying the idea that we've been here for hundreds of thousands of years is scientifically unprovable. There's no observable evidence to support that case.
So you're saying all the white scientists are liars?
Probably most of them, yeah. I think what most people consider a scientist today, or like when they hear him on the TV, is a liar, yeah.
What about astronauts? Do you think we living on a flat Earth?
I don't think nothing's ever been to space, and I do believe that we live on a flat and level plane.
So you don't think black people, original people, ever been to space?
I don't think space exists as they claim it does. Because a vacuum can't coexist next to an air pressurized environment.
According to who?
Barrier between the two.
According to whose science?
According to everybody's science. Like, you can't have a vacuum chamber without a chamber, right? So if they claim that space is a vacuum, a place devoid of gas.
Who claims that?
The schools.
What schools? Schools ran by who?
Ran by the company called the United States of America.
And they're dominated by what race?
I think they're ran by the Jews, but
Jews are, and what race are Jews? Jews is not a race. Jews is a faith.
Yes, they's white.
Jews are a faith. Jews are not a race.
Okay. So Jews kind of, well, you practice Judaism. You're talking about, if we're going to talk about who pulls the strings for the company called the United States of America, that's going to be the Jews.
Jews are still white, though.
Yeah.
That's like Nazis. Nazis and Jews, they're still white people.
I think we could come up with a better term than white people for them.
No, we can't. That's a perfect term.
Why can't you call them Jews? Why can't we just call them Jews?
Because you're trying to make a division when we easily can identify what they really are. They're white.
I should be divided from this group of people that you're talking about.
No, you should be divided by your actions. But by your genetics is exactly what they are. Now, if you can prove by your actions that you're different than your natural wicked race of people, then that's beautiful. You can do that. But you can't come on here with me and try to do that. If you want to denounce and renounce the wickedness of your nature and your fathers and your people and your history and all of that. That's beautiful. You would have to prove that you personally ain't going along with that.
Yeah, I've been a minority my whole life, so
that has not in America. You haven't.
Yes, I have.
Do you know white people are the majority race in America?
In the city I live in, it's 50% Mexican, 24% Asian, and like 19% white.
Don't have nothing to do with city. I didn't say nothing about local city.
Well,
you as a white man, what are the race? What is the race of the people on our money, America's money? They look like you, right?
No, I don't look shit like Ben Franklin, but yeah, they were white people supposedly.
What about you said you were a Christian? What about the Jesus that was forced on us for the last 400 years? What race is he?
Jesus was an Israelite. He was black.
I didn't ask you that.
He was black. I did
not ask you all of that.
He had dark skin.
Answer my question, sir.
Jesus had dark skin.
Okay, I'll see you later then.
But
you take it easy.
Why? You want me to say he's white, but he wasn't.
Anybody want to follow up on what we just seen? Give me your commentary. But I appreciate that on this scam of a folly day by your people. You picked the right one today. You picked the right one today. Tara Shanice, sir, on the pictures we see everywhere, he's portrayed as white, right? But yeah, that was good. You know what I'm saying? That was very teachable. I don't know, man. I don't know what they think this is. I'm so comfortable. I guess they know that we're so zombied out these days that maybe you felt like I was asleep too. You know, I respect white people because I understand them. You know, they're no threat to me personally as far as that, but come on now. Come on now. They portrayed a white guy, but I asked you a specific question. You want to go on here and answer it like I asked it? I didn't ask you for no history lesson. I said, what color was the Jesus that they forced on us for the last 400 years? And I asked you what he was really Jewish or none of that, right? Answer my question. Come on back, Mike. Come on back. I sent you a request again, Mike. Hop on here with me. There you go.
All right.
So you heard me ask you a specific question, right?
All right. So the Jesus that they forced on all of us, they
did I say all of us? Like I asked you a specific question, Mike. Can I call you Mike?
Okay.
So Mike, yeah, you know you're talking to a descendant of slaves, of 400 years slaves by white people, right? So now if you're claiming to be a Christian, they enslaved us under the title of Christianity and Jesus. So now when I ask you as a traumatized, non-reparation receiving, most hated target of this race of people in America, and the most satanic nation on earth, if I ask you something specific and I say what race was forced on us, the descendants of slaves, please don't tell me it was forced on all of us. Just answer my question or leave it alone. Can we do that? Can you respect me enough as a descendant of torture and terror and trauma from your people? Can you respect me enough to just answer my questions like I answered them? Like I asked them.
Yeah, they portrayed white men.
So I was just giving an example of, how easily it is to identify white people. Like, it didn't have nothing to do with where they migrated from, or they was part Dutch or Italian or this or that. Like, they're white men. They're white men.
And so I'm
I'm a
assuming you're
Christian. I'm
not
a
a Christian.
Christian. I'm a Hebrew. I'm a Muslim. I'm a agnostic. I'm everything. Everything that's right and true, I'm that.
How can you be a
Are
Muslim
you
and a
familiar
Christian at
with
the same time?
Islam at all? So
Yeah,
then you know that we believe in the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah, right?
yeah. They recognize Jesus, but they don't
What
see
is
him
the
as their Lord
Messiah?
and
What is
Savior.
the Messiah?
They see him they
You
see
know it's the
Jesus as a
Messiah.
prophet.
Do you know what Messiah means? He said, you're talking to one of them now.
He's
So
in
you say you guys. So since you know so much about Islam, and I'm a Muslim, so why would you say they when you're talking to a Muslim?
and, and
No,
so
no, we're talking
Muhammad's a
about Jesus.
prophet.
Let's stick to Jesus, what you said. So you made a claim that they, meaning we
Okay.
Muslims.
Yeah,
So
you see
is
him as the Messiah.
Messiah past or is Messiah future?
Besides, well, I mean, but
That's
Jesus has been here since
not
the
what I
beginning
asked you.
and
Let's
is
stick
till
on the
the end.
subject. Is Messiah a term regarding the past or is huh?
The title.
Yeah,
It's a title.
is it a title dealing with the past or is it a title dealing with what's happening, what's prophesied to happen in the future, in the last days? Okay then.
In the future?
So if you claim that we say he was just a prophet, that's 2,000 years. That's 2,000 years ago.
No,
No,
I
you claim that
didn't
we
say he was a
believe he
prophet.
was just a prophet. And I'm telling you, I'm listening to me. If
You're
I'm telling you that, and you're agreeing that we guard him as the Messiah, the Messiah's function didn't happen 2,000 years ago, right? The Messiah's function is for right now and in the future, the end of this world, right?
he died 2,000 years ago.
Do you know about Islam or not? So,
Yeah.
what does Messiah mean?
Hold on. So you tell me you a Muslim,
Yes, sir.
right? You pray to Allah. But see, if you pray to Allah, then how are you a Christian
Because
too?
Allah is just an Arabic name for God. You know the language Jesus actually spoke. Jesus didn't call God God. He called God Allah. What
Did he?
language did Jesus speak?
It
Oh, Jesus
spoke
spoke
Greek,
Greek.
from
So
my
he was from
understanding.
Greeks.
But
I thought he spoke Aramaic. I thought he spoke Arabic and Aramaic. Where's Jesus from?
are you? Well, he's from
He's from
Bethlehem originally. But when you what are you basing your knowledge of Jesus from? From the Quran or from the Bible?
from it all. Where was Jesus born? What part of the world was Jesus from? Was he from the Middle East? What
Nearby it.
language
It
do they
wasn't like
speak in
in
the
the
Middle East?
middle.
What do they call God in
Arabic.
Arabic?
Well,
No, I didn't say
all
Muslims. What do
Muslims call him
Jews
Allah.
call God in Arabic? In Hebrew? Name one.
There's a
Give
lot of
me
names
one.
for that actually. There's like El. It's like El, El Shaddai.
Eli,
Fuck,
Allah, Allah. You know, Jews, Ashkenazi Jews say Inshallah. You know, they say Inshallah. They call God Allah. Did you know that?
Okay, but they're not the real Jews.
I
Those are
guess
fake
you
Jews.
just want to argue, huh? So
That's the third.
anyway, what
No,
do you want to talk
Ashkenazi
about?
infiltrate.
Mike, White Mike.
Well, Ashkenazi Jews infiltrated the original. There was the original 12 tribes of Israel, which had dark skin. And then there was Khazars got kicked out of Asia, settled down near the Rhine River, and that's where the Ashkenazi Jews became who they are because the common religion around that area was Judaism, so they picked it up and became like the 13th tribe of Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think genetically they're not from the original 12 tribes of Israel. They're definitely not from the original 12
From
tribes
what
of
you
Israel.
from
They had
what
dark
you
skin.
know or believe or studied or Bible, where do white people come from? I know you don't
Shit, I
know,
don't know.
but according to what you studied, like you ain't ever even asked the question of God or Jesus or the Bible, like, or science. You said science earlier, so you're white. I'm black. Did we black people genetically come from white people?
I think there was a lot of genetic mutations and alterations done with technology that we don't have anymore prior to
So
the last
if we
reset.
had that technology, couldn't we possibly have went to space also? Like you said, we didn't go to space.
Well, no, because water.
So we got submarines. If we can go in the ocean, why we can't go into space?
It's true. But I mean, well, the firmament's unbreakable, though. We can't. Ain't nothing. Well, the Bible for one. Two. I mean, they've tried to break through it a bunch of times. You see that Challenger aircraft. Every time they shot something out there, just
and you have
blows
proof
up. They
of
can't
that.
get through it.
Where's your proof of that claim?
You can look up Challenger aircraft, and watch it blow up. I mean, but they don't have one single video of a rocket taken off from Earth in a single take. Watch it go from Earth into space.
Where do you think white people came from?
Like I said, I can't say because I wasn't there
Well,
when
you hear it now.
White people came about.
Do you know what dominant and recessive genes and traits right now mean? You know what genetic science right now mean? You know how to get a microscope and splice genes and do the electromagnification and see actual dominant recessive genes and traits? You don't know how to do that? Why do you think white people cannot produce any other color but white? Why do you think? I say what you know. Just why do you think? Why do you think they can't?
Racial. I know genetics get weaker and weaker over time.
White people are genetically equal, or are they weaker than black people? Why probably?
Probably weaker. Well, I mean, if we don't retain as much melanin, and over time, genetics, if they continue to get weaker and weaker, the most dominant one would be from, yeah, that makes sense.
So can you get the dominant from the weaker? Can you get the stronger from the weaker? Like, can you get black out of white? Can you get white out of black? So which one is the original? Yeah. Which one produced which?
I agree with you on that one. I said, yeah, the original 12 tribes is the original people.
Well, when I just asked you where white people came from, why would you say I don't know?
Because I mean, at what point? See, because there had to be a division at some point. Because if the genetics got weaker evenly down the line, we'd both be white. But somewhere along the line, something happened where maybe God cursed some bloodlines. Maybe God took some folks and said, you know what, you're not my chosen people, and you did this and that, this and that. I'm gonna curse your bloodline. Boom, your genetics got weaker. Maybe that's what separated us into the races we are today.
By that answer, then you're kind of suggesting that you agree that whiteness is a curse.
I mean, we could call it I guess you could call it a curse. But I mean, I get sunburned.
I appreciate that honesty. So the question is, why would he do that? Why would God do that?
Somebody, but maybe like how when Judas sold out Jesus for the silver, and maybe he cursed his whole bloodline.
Like, why not just curse the individual that sinned? You know, if he wiped out
No.
everybody on Noah's Ark and killed all the bloodlines, like why would he be that petty and that torturous to torture innocent children for generations just because they?
Well, if he cursed the individual and that individual reproduced,
Why not kill
it
him?
would carry down through the
Why
genetics.
not do what he did with Noah's Ark and just wipe out the bloodline altogether?
That was to get rid of the giants.
Get rid of the giants. That didn't say that.
Nephilim.
The Bible don't say that.
That's exactly what the Bible.
No, that's
says.
not
It says
the.
there
That's
was
not
giants
the
on the
people
earth in those days.
that got flooded.
Well, I mean, there was people that got flooded too, but the reason for the flood is because fallen angels had sex with human females, right? Nephilim, giants, and then he saw them and he's like, "Dude, this is fucked up." They like eating everybody and eating each other, and it's just like, man.
How you know?
Yeah,
like why? Like, see how you talking like it was nasty, like it actually happened. Then when I bring listen. Then when I bring up something, then you say, "Well, nobody was there and you can't prove it." Why would you, when it comes to your story, say it like it's absolute fact? And they was eating each other and all of that type of stuff.
Well, I see the Bible.
I don't care what you see it as. You can't prove none of it. So why would you hold what I'm saying as not true, the science part, like as not true, but then you could hold your Bible beliefs as true?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know. I guess. Yeah. Well, that was also a different. We were talking about scientists, not our inherent like religious foundation.
Well, science does have something to do with your wicked nature. Nature and science is the same language. Science is just the study of, or to get knowledge of, the nature of something. So white people's history and actions and current actions or whatever prove that they're wicked, bloodshedders, liars, thieves, all of that. And we study that science of studying that nature is the same thing.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So, what was you originally talking about? Oh, so so there's no other term that you can come up with, because I feel like using the term like white, like what would you say earlier about I'm how old is my, I'm 34 years old. You said the white man's getting rich.
Oh yeah, about the Mother's Day thing.
And those folks is white. Me not being associated with them in any way, don't you kind of, it's you're stereotyping two different groups of individuals into the same box?
You're falsely accusing me. You are a white man, right, in America, acting like you don't know about the accountability of what the white race has done, not just in America, but all over the planet, to the black and indigenous original peoples everywhere they lay their feet.
What do those folks hundreds of years ago got to do with me?
You're the descendants of them. It's like saying, what is the slaves of 400 years got to do with me? I carry their blood. I carry their experiences in my DNA. What do you mean?
But my actions, so for their actions,
yeah, just like OJ Simpson, he got found not guilty of actually killing Ron Goldman's son or his ex-wife, but then they had a civil trial. And he got found guilty of being held responsible, and he had to pay everything that he had. So yeah, you're not guilty of slavery, but you're responsible for what your people did to us. Absolutely, that's what reparations is all.
But my people wasn't even.
Your people is all over the planet. Your people are white men, white people. White people has decimated, raped, robbed, pillaged, contaminated the whole planet.
My family was on
your family. We're not talking about your family. We're talking about your people, your nation, your race.
My nation is the United. Now I'm a
That's even worse.
United States citizen.
That's even worse.
That's wild, man. Well, I hope you get whatever it is you're looking for.
And you're gonna get what you're looking for.
I hope so.
All right, White Mike.
I don't even know what.
Boy, that was educational on this scam of a Mother's Day, wasn't it? And I so thank my Lord and Savior, this black God who came in the person of Master Father Muhammad and raised another black God, the most honorable and most honored Elijah Muhammad, and raised another God for us, closer to our generation, Honorable Farrakhan Muhammad, the Messiah, actual Jesus, the Messiah, Farrakhan Muhammad, for teaching us how to handle these devils like you just witnessed. Don't have to get emotional or upset or not. Just have a superior knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the knowledge of self and the knowledge of them. Know how they're coming. You know what I'm saying? Understand the tactics and the technology and the ways and the venoms that, you know, they come like friends, they come like brothers, they come like, you know, they come like demons and devils and conquerors and predators, like, you know, just understand what you're dealing with. But thank you, Boosted Mike, for that boost. So I hope you got what you were looking for on this live. But and it's all peace, you know. My nature, my purpose is to not just make war with the beast, to conquer and slay the beast, verbally, mentally, and whatever other ly that, you know, they want to speak, whatever other language. But it's not necessary to call nobody out their name. It's, you know, you want to have an intelligent, civilized, respectful conversation, and, you know, when you see a person is lying or tricking and slithering, and then, you know, you just study that. So we know. Tara Shanice, hope he took it in somewhat. Yeah, he took it in, but not, you know, no amount of truth is going to change the nature of a devil, right? So the very definition of devil is that, you know, the definition of wet is wet. The definition of wet is never dry. The definition of devil is never truth, or he's going to, you know, he's going to change like that. You wouldn't be devil no more, right? It wouldn't be wet no more if it was dry. So you have to understand the reality, the you know, actual facts of things. Understanding is critical. I don't expect wetness to ever be dry. I don't expect dry to ever mean wet. I expect devil to be devil and to do devilish meant, you know. And devil don't mean 100% liar. Devils know they have to use truth to bait you in, to lure you in, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we're living on an earth that's true. Devils love beachfront property and beautiful, you know, landscapes and the beauties that was built on truth. So they understand the value of truth, you know, but they, you know, the atoms that devils are made out of, and there's true atoms and true molecules and all that. So you have to use truth. You have to acknowledge truth. But their nature and function and purpose is to use truth to deceive you, you know, when and where they can. So they can use you as tools and slaves and conquer and rule. So that's all. And, you know, you just let them know that time is up, and I'm approving in a conversation how you will never be able to trick me or fool me. Not nowadays. You was able to for the last 400 years, or last 6,000 years, but that day is up, and we hurl truths like this against falsehood until it knocks out his brains, and lo and behold, it vanishes. They vanish. You know, there's not even a threat. The biggest threat is us. The biggest threat is the original black people that still Stockholm syndrome, mentally asleep, worshiping and trying to get next to white people and trying to find favor and thinking that you can't have no future or you can't have no success without white people or Jewish white people and all of that. And we, the Nation of Islam, are here to show and prove that that is false. That we are independent. We declare ourselves to be righteous Muslims, original righteous nation, independent of them. A nation within a wicked nation that we've been captives of for the last 470 years. Thank you, Queen.
You're welcome.
That's my queen. That's my Mother's Day scam. That's my wife. So I got to get off here. She made her king some dinner. You know what I'm saying? She's my slave, modern sisters. Got her cooking for you? Well, I'm kind of like a man. I'm kind of like a quality man around here. That, kind of pretty good leader of my family by Allah's permission. Thanks to Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan, made me a man. So I'm gonna go over here and praise and thank my heaven, my wife, that's my heaven, and thank my God for this heaven, and pray over this food and with the family, and then come back and see if we can get back entertained on this scam of a Mother's Day. All right, peace. Be right back in a few.